This time on Norfolk Perspectives, neighbors are building neighborhoods all over the city, but we're going to be talking about a special event right downtown at City Hall. The Governor's School for the Arts. If you thought you knew what it was all about, we got something coming for you. They got a whole new beginning coming up. And the Norfolk Sheriff's Office, again, if you thought you knew what they did, I got some secrets for you we're going to share right here on Norfolk Perspectives. Welcome to Norfolk Perspectives. I'm Bob Batcher. Well, we've got neighbors building neighborhoods all over the city, but I'm not sure if they know they're doing it. So we're going to be talking about that with Kristen Helgeson, who is with the Bureau of Community Enrichment. How you doing?
I'm doing great, Bob.
Okay, I've never done this before, but I feel this urge to kind of do a little full disclosure. When I'm not hosting Norfolk Perspectives, I'm the Director of Communications,
right.
And that happens to be the department that your bureau reports to.
That's correct.
Okay, so I am just the host of Norfolk Perspectives right now. But I'm a little biased about the topic we're talking about, yes, because I hold it close to my heart.
Well, yes, absolutely.
Yeah, in providing an opportunity for our residents, through other residents, to really make a difference on this community. Isn't that what this is really all about?
Absolutely, yes. Neighbors Building Neighborhoods is a revitalization program, but it's really based on residents working together, and so much so that it's not even just bringing them to the table, it's actually having them decide what is best for their community.
Wait a minute, you better say that again.
I know it's hard to take.
But I mean, because one of the things that we've talked about with the new city manager here is really the foundation of what we do as a well-managed government.
Correct.
And where's the best place for a well-managed government to begin, but with
our residents.
That's right.
That's right. Absolutely. So, and it's it's not just the residents themselves. I mean, the city, of course, is there to help with technical, issues and help. And then it's also about having all the, it's creating an environment for all residents, everyone in the community to work together. Yep.
I know that there's been a lot of work being done behind the scenes and working with staff and that, but now it's really the time to start getting people engaged in making a difference, right?
Well, yes, but that is one thing that I do want to make clear is that stuff is happening out there.
Oh, there's a whole lot of cool stuff.
Oh, yes, absolutely wonderful stuff. So it's really trying to get that story out to others so that people can learn from one another, neighbors can learn from one another.
Okay, well, you said it. What kind of stuff is happening?
Well, first of all, we just finished up our first round of the block by block neighborhood pride improvement grant.
Well, that was a learning experience.
That
was.
Wasn't it? We did have a few bumps along the way, but it was a new program and it was very successful. And we're going to turn around. We're going to do another round, but it's a matching grant program, allows civic leagues, organizations within the community to do a project and get up to $2,500 in matching funds.
And we had how many?
We ended up with 5 that received awards. So, and they range from dog park to some landscaping, and then like community gateways, that sort of thing, visible improvements.
Well, let's talk about some of those bumps, because I know that some of them, no, because we had some internal bumps.
We did.
By taking these bumps not as hurdles, but as opportunity to kind of grow and learn how to make something happen.
Right, and absolutely. So, for instance, one example is we found out that organizations have to be a legal entity for us to be able to provide, the funding to them. And well, it caused them maybe a little bit extra work, but the benefit of that now is that they can go off and try to get other grants. And so, so even though at the beginning it was a bump, in the end it's actually a positive thing.
It was a growth opportunity.
Yes, absolutely.
And that's really what Neighbors Building Neighborhoods is about, is looking at those as opportunities.
Yes.
And how can you take something that might appear to be a broken sidewalk,
right, and
look at it as a way of growing community?
I mean, I think all too often we get in this mode, as with the city, of just being, no, we can't do that, no, we can't do that, instead of really trying to get people together around a table and think creatively and come up, to be solution based.
Okay, now I've got that we're not only going to bring a table out in September, we're bringing a porch out. We got about a minute left.
Okay. Oh.
So,
yes.
tell me about the porch.
Okay. Well, this is going to be the first Norfolk Neighborhood Summit, and we're very excited about it. It's September 22nd, so please mark your calendar. It'll be at 10 a.m. and it's going to be at City Hall. This is an opportunity for neighbors to come out, neighborhoods, have table, be able to talk with one another, and we're going to have the Cool Awards. So we had this about 2010 we had one, and it's the Civic Opportunity and Outstanding Leadership Awards, and so we'll be presenting that, and we're going to be unveiling a mermaid.
Cool. And you need some help with this mermaid, don't you?
We do, absolutely. We're asking for the community to send us in some photos, because those photos are going to be on the mermaid. And so think about photos of neighbors working together. Landscapes are nice, but we really want to get some people.
Action shots.
Action shots,
Okay,
absolutely.
and where do they send those pictures?
They can send them right to us through community enrichment at norfolk.gov.
Okay.
Yeah.
Kristen, thanks you for really kind of being the spokesperson of really a movement and a philosophy
Absolutely.
about really developing the future of the city of Norfolk through our residents.
Yep.
Appreciate it.
Well, thank you.
Thank you. When we come back, we're going to be talking about a brand new Governor's School of the Arts. I don't know. And I understand Todd Rosenleib has some secret talents. Stay tuned.
Oh, sweetheart. Gonna give you a hand?
No thanks, Dad. I got it.
Okay. I'm gonna go fix the lamp in your room.
You don't have to be perfect to be a perfect parent. There are thousands of children in foster care who will take you just as you are.
Welcome back to Norfolk Perspectives, and we're going to be talking about the Governor's School for the Arts. And I'm going to begin with Dr. Andrea Warren, PhD.
Yes, that's right.
And Executive Director. Which one do you wear more?
The executive director.
There we go. Now, okay, you have the opportunity then to tell this guy sitting next to you what to do.
That's right.
Todd Rosenleib with the dance department chair.
I sure am. And
then
she's my big boss.
Is she?
Yes.
Ooh, I didn't know that. And then Chuck Rigney, the interim director of economic development for the city of Norfolk. You're a straight up blue suit guy.
Yeah.
Then you venture into the Governor's School for the Arts.
Yeah, very cool.
What was your first impression?
Well, I have to tell you that, it's just such a great addition to downtown, always has been, but the ability to consolidate that campus into the Monroe building, that really has been in major need of renovations, and to be a part of this fascinating group of people. It's been great.
Okay, so it's been great, but let's really talk about it. You walk in, you see an opportunity. We're going to be showing some pictures of the building. You got dots all over the place, right? Am I describing this right?
That's right.
We're going to connect those dots and make it a good economic strategy for the city of Norfolk and surroundings.
That's right.
And it worked?
Absolutely. I have to tell you that this idea came about, I'm the head of a great development team, and in particular, two people on my staff, Kathy Shelton and Isan Moak, who you probably have met a few times, got together and worked out some very intricate interdepartmental and all kinds of various organizations that needed to come together, along with the Governor's School of the Arts dream of being in this location in a renovated building, and it all worked out really well.
Okay, because I want to kind of back off now, because it sounds like a great story, and it must have been easy to pull together, right? Let's sit back, relax, and now talk about the journey. Because we're kind of chuckling, because in pre-tape we started down that conversation about what is Governor's School for the Arts. And for that parent that's sitting out there who's got the kid that likes physics or political science or math, it's a little different with somebody, and I'm the father of a performer. A kid who's in the arts is passionate, right?
Very passionate.
Andrea?
Very passionate.
Okay, let's talk about the day in the life of the Governor's School for the Arts.
Okay, well, the kids wake up in the morning and go to their home high school for their English, math, science, social studies, all of their core classes. And then they come to us for 3 hours every day, totally immersed in their art form.
Repeat that, because it's the totally immersed part.
That's right. They spend 3 hours doing what they love. That could be from dance for 3 hours to musical theater, instrumental music, vocal music, and visual arts for 3 hours, working with professional artists. You can't beat it.
Right.
And they're with students with their same interests.
So the energy level.
Oh, it's up there. It's really up there.
Okay. Now, okay, Todd, if I mentioned fame to you.
Yes. Yes, that is
Okay,
my
okay,
whole
'cause a lot of the-
childhood. Are you
yeah, a
kidding me?
lot
I
of the
watch
viewers-
that every week.
Exactly. A lot of
That
the
was my
viewers,
dream.
that's what they think of. They have no clue what an audition scene. Let's talk a little bit about backstage. I mean, what's that really like?
Well, in terms of thinking about fame and the idea of LaGuardia, which was what the Performing Arts High School was in New York City, it is very similar to that, except we have them for half a day. And Andrea's sort of a little lack on how many hours they actually spend here. They are guaranteed 3 hours a day.
Right.
Some of them we have 4 hours a day. Some of them we have into evening rehearsals, into workshops, into lessons, private lessons. So that goes beyond there. But what is wonderful about the Governor's School for the Arts and what's really going to come to life when we have this downtown campus is that there is a common thread amongst all of the art forms that will be able to come together. It's backstage, whether you're in the visual arts, you're backstage in dance, you're backstage in theater, opera, in instrumental music. All of those places have their way of learning and their way of the way that their discipline functions when we're all together. I can't wait for my kids to take acting classes with theater kids. I can't wait for the theater kids to take movement classes with dancers because we've not been able to cross-germinate as much as we would love to. And that's another way that this becomes the best economically sound option for the Governor's School for the Arts. But you know, backstage with kids who are teenagers, it's energetic, everything is new, they're passionate about what they're doing, and they're discovering. It's not only a journey about their art form, but it's a journey about themselves. Because to be an artist, you have to look inside yourself and find out what is it that makes your art form valuable, and what is your aesthetic, and look at that art
And
form.
there's a vulnerability, there's an I mean, so to have an environment where this can excel.
Yeah.
You know, Bob, these kids are coming from 8 jurisdictions in the Hampton Roads community. So it really is truly a regional asset that we've got down there in the Governor's School of the Arts. And these kids come from all over the area.
Okay, now when we
Come
talk about
downtown.
kids, how many are we talking
We're
about?
talking 355 from Virginia Beach, Chesapeake, Portsmouth, Norfolk, Isle of Wight, Franklin, Southampton, Suffolk.
Don't miss anybody.
I got them all.
She was doing
So they,
chisel.
so they go to school in the morning,
Yes.
to their home school.
That's right.
Then they're bussed in.
They're bussed in. So transportation is provided by the school district. Tuition is provided by the school district. There's no cost to the student except for whatever they need for class.
Okay.
Dance shoes, leotards, music.
And
Other
Bob,
than that,
you
it's
think
free.
about the complexity discussion that we just had. Every single one of those jurisdictions needed to sign off on this.
Wow. Okay, so how did it kind of, first of all, Governor's School's been around for,
25 years.
and it was created by the governor, is that?
Now, well, the governor, you know, we
How
have
does he-
18 governor schools across the state.
Oh, okay.
There are 18 of them. Governor School for the Arts is the only one that's just totally focused on arts. Everyone else is probably a STEM, math, science type of program.
We've got those here, but they're up at the ODU campus and scattered around. So this is the arts.
This is
one that we're
the
doing.
arts.
Okay, so right now they're kind of scattered wherever they could kind of grow and find something.
Wherever.
That's
They're
the dot.
all over the place.
Yeah.
Exactly.
This is a consolidation of 8 locations. Now 6 of them will consolidate into the Monroe building, and then the dance classes will stay with Todd at his studios, which are right down the street. So very short 1-block walk to his studios. And then I guess the other is the
Orchestra.
orchestra is over the Virginia Arts Festival building.
Oh, in that building, okay.
Again, the ability to have those assets down in place made a very strong case for having it in downtown. And then you think about Tidewater Community College and the synergy levels that are there, and you just can't beat the energy that it all comes together with.
Yeah, I was trying to, I know that there's been a lot of conversation at the council level about creating the different arts district and the different districts in that. And we were talking about the downtown and how the mall should get all kinds of credit.
Sure.
But
Oh, yeah.
CCC was there really the beginning.
Well, you know, the thing is, and it's a good time to say that this City Council and the Norfolk Redevelopment and Housing Authority in particular really came together in a big way to help us make this all happen, along with some private donors that really have stepped up to the plate. Because there is that element of this, that the Governor's School is out raising funds for this terrific program as well. And I suppose I say we because I feel like I'm a part of it now, but you've raised well over $1 million, $1.1 million, and have
Right.
more that is on the way. I know you just were in New York with a performance at Carnegie Hall.
Carnegie Hall, instrumental music students played at Carnegie Hall. We met with some alum because they have no idea
Right.
what we're trying to do.
And boy, the
So
alum are Broadway,
They're all
in
over
Europe,
Everywhere.
they're in
Television,
Asia.
Everywhere.
dance companies,
Heads of chemical
orchestras,
companies.
opera companies.
I know, I keep looking at this, and it seems so neat and orderly. But if somebody were, and I think we've got a picture of it that we've been showing, is if you're walking down Granby Street, you look for that very skinny building, actually, right?
It is.
And I don't even think you realize that it's there. It's skinny.
Yeah.
It's right beside, the Wells Theater. So it kind of works together. It comes together.
So,
It's a part of the Wells,
but
in
what's
fact.
this going to sound like when it's done?
Oh, my goodness.
Soundproofing was a big question all over that building, I'll have you know.
Okay, I promised in the tease that we had a little secret about Todd here.
Uh-oh.
Yeah. Now, okay, I understand a lot of work is going to be needed.
A lot of work
Are you
is
going to
going
be
to be
doing
done.
volunteer work days?
There are not volunteer work days, but I'm sure that once the actual structure is passed over from the city and the contractors to us, there's going to be a lot of work to be
lot of
done.
So some opportunities
Yes,
to use.
I'll be able to drill and hang things and get things going.
See,
It'll be
that's a
great.
part of time. I'm not sure.
You got
people
to.
Who,
Well, when you're a startup artist, you have to be able to do everything from sew the costume to build the set to, so
so if the toilet plugged up,
I am the man.
I'm calling him.
I am
you
the
know
man.
how to do that?
Yes, it says on my card, chair department janitor, right underneath.
Really?
It's perfect.
So
That's
you're
what
not
you got to
just
do. No, I've been known more than once to be walking around the studio with a plunger, so it's really sad but true.
Bob, one thing I think we need to, and you probably could have them on to talk about how they're integrating into this new governor's school and this newly renovated building is the Virginia Stage Company as well, because they're going to be, everybody's vacated the building. We're going to renovate this building over the course of the next year. They're going to move back in August of 2013. And the Virginia Stage Company will also reoccupy 10,000 feet of the 53,000-foot building, but the dressing rooms will be renovated, the stage area in the back where the sets are loaded into the stage. So it's really an important part of how we made this thing work was the cooperation and assistance and working with the stage company as well.
You know, that's kind of becoming, as we talked in the first segment, it's becoming a common theme that I think we're looking at, new relationships with the city of Norfolk, and looking at where can you be creative, solution-based, and bring people together
Yeah.
to really toward a common
And it's not just the
goal.
theater department that we have on board. We have professional entities that are related to each department of the Governor's School, and a lot of them are housed in downtown. The orchestra's downtown, TR Dance and Virginia Ballet Theater's downtown, the stage company's downtown. You know, it's really the Arts Festival building, which offers so many things and opportunities in their educational program. So it's really a neat way to have the professional entity and the student young professional entity together in one synergy and be able to use them to their best
So this-
educational benefit and artistic benefit.
This journey is just beginning, and we're going to want to keep an eye on it periodically. Let us know how it's going, and let's work with Chuck about what it's really like behind stage. Yeah,
Works for
we're
me.
going to get that tie off before this project ends. Thanks for everything that you guys have done to really not just bring an individual's dream alive on a daily basis, but making it into a community dream too.
And you know what's so great? We're celebrating our 25th anniversary in April. So all of this is coming together at one time.
Well, make sure you celebrate right here on
All right,
Norfolk
we will.
Perspectives. When we come back, we're going to be talking about other secrets the Sheriff's Department has. Stay tuned.
I'm home It's always nice to come home, but many Americans are at risk of foreclosure and losing their homes. Making home affordable from the U.S. government has already helped over 1 million struggling homeowners like these. The sooner you act, the better chance we can help you.
I'm home where I belong.
Welcome back to Norfolk Perspectives. I love being able to tell secrets about the Sheriff's Department, and Michael O'Toole, the Director of Community Corrections for the Norfolk Sheriff's Office, is just the person to wiggle those secrets out. But he also brought somebody with him, Laura Tom, who's with the Ward's Corner Business Association. How's it going?
Very well.
I'm sitting here trying to figure out secrets about the Sheriff's Department and Ward's Corner Business Association. How's it tie together? Well, the secret is, I think you guys are the best kept secret, in that during the budget time, there was talk about the services that need to be provided that quite often are very labor intensive, and in walks the Sheriff's Department in the form of free labor.
Yes, probably back, the Sheriff McCabe has been very forthright in telling everyone, hey, you want assistance from the city, we can provide it, and it's free labor. And what we've done is we've got about 9 crews that go out every day, and we've done about 180,000 free labor hours for the city. We cut 157 different properties that are city owned. We also do all the cleanup at Scope and Harbor Park. We do the cruise terminal. We take care of that when the ships come in, and we also do everything at the Half Moon. So we like providing those services. Again, we utilize nonviolent, low-risk offenders out there working with deputy supervised labor. At the end of the day, 96% of them are going home one day, and most of them are in there for child support and traffic offenses, and we believe that this is a good give back to the community.
Okay, so if I'm driving up Granby Street and I see a crew picking up litter, how do I know they're your guys?
Well, most of the time you'll see them in an orange jumpsuit, or you'll see a deputy with them that's standing by our truck right there as they're picking up the trash. Last year, we picked up 807 tons of trash in the city of Norfolk. We have crews going out picking up trash, and one of the tie-ins we like is Laura Tom's group from the Ward's Corner is that we like to tie into civic leagues and go out there and pick up trash that sometimes gets missed from in our process.
Okay, because I'm sitting here a little worried, because here we are earlier in the show, I was talking to Kristen about neighbors building neighborhoods and encouraging people like Laura and the different associations and civic leagues to kind of join us in partnership. But you answered it. It's called free labor.
Free labor.
But, Laura, it's not just the free labor.
No, it's taking pride in the community. We have, actually I do 8 cleanups a year, 4 with the Sheriff's Department, and the other 4 I get the community volunteers involved. I really appreciate the help from the Sheriff's Department, though, because Ward's Corner is a heavily trafficked area, and there are places where I don't feel comfortable having community volunteers that bring their kids to pick up trash, so the Sheriff's Department helps with the underpasses and the entrance and exit
Kind of the heavy
ramps.
lifting stuff.
Right, the heavy traffic that, yeah.
Okay, so I know that quite often I've been on community cleanups, and they offered that kind of extra oomph that was needed just to kind of get the horsepower going, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, it looks so much better after.
Mike, I want to ask you, though, I mean, I kind of grew up with that skeptical eye. There's no such thing as a free lunch. So let's go back to the free labor idea. I mean, how do you make that work?
Well, how we do it is we generate revenue, and again, a lot of this does not cost the city taxpayers any money, is that we utilize our work release program and our electronic monitoring program, where we charge the users or the inmates to be on the program, and we also have some contracts with some agencies where we do cutting grass, is that we utilize that labor to go back in to pay for the staff to watch the offenders out in the community. And what we do is that provides us the opportunity to give back to the community and not cost the taxpayers to pick up the trash or do other, like cutting grass or painting a civic league, which we've done, a civic league building, or a recreation center on a Saturday or Sunday. We believe that the imagination is the only limitation of what we can do for both the citizens and for the city departments.
Well, let's kind of look at it from the inmate's point of view. And the alternative would be what?
Alternative be locked up 24/7 inside a jail cell. And what we do is, it's not just us utilizing for this, we're trying to improve their lives. With 96% of them going home one day, we feel that this is a good rehabilitation tool, and that teaching them some responsibility, teaching them a trade, And then we utilize that in guys that are working Monday through Friday with our workforce. We get them jobs, or we'll put them on GPS or electronic monitoring with court approval for the final third of their sentence, so that we want them to keep their jobs after we get them a paying job, and that they will not come back to our facility, which costs taxpayers money.
You know, one of the things that just hit me, again, tying back to the first segment where we talk about looking for solutions in some creative ways. You know, I mean, what the sheriff's office plan would be is to house prisoners. But this is a much better alternative that you really appreciate, right?
Yes, absolutely. And it instills a sense of pride in them, too. So many of them will comment at, you know, first they grumble when they're first out there, but then as they get working there out in the fresh air and they see the difference that they're making, they comment to me, well, when I get home, I'm going to tell my kids be sure not to throw their trash on the ground. And it instills a sense of pride in community.
And Michael, too, I mean, we're talking about people who are nonviolent, so what kind of offenses are they?
Normally in for non-payment of child support, which basically, if you owe $5,000 in child support, you get pay $5,000 of child support or 12 months in jail. We have a lot of individuals like that. Or, you know, DUI offenses where their first, second, or third have mandatory sentences, so we put them out there working in the community. We think this is a win-win. In fact, that we're giving back to the citizens and saving money. When you figure 180,000 free labor hours, that comes out to about a $2.2 million savings that we see for the taxpayers in the city of Norfolk. And the sheriff, Bob McCabe, and our staff see every opportunity to try to save taxpayers money. The other win is that we're giving training for someone on a free project. So if you see them at the cemeteries in the city of Norfolk, if you see them working at Scope, or if you see them picking up trash after an Old Dominion football game in the neighborhoods in Larchmont, we are looking at giving them skills, work ethic, you know, and then applying that and showing that to a private company that will hire them for a paying job, so that when they get out, they won't come back to custody. And that's what we've been very successful in, and have a good record with that in the last couple of years.
And it really is about coming up with a creative solution that will be then an investment for the future in our community through an investment in individuals.
And we would love for other civic leagues to participate quarterly like Ward's Corner does. And we do have a number of that do this, but we are never going to say no to someone. We'll always find a way to do it. The sheriff has always said, let's find a way to do it. Let's not tell somebody no.
By the way, say hello to the can-do guy that I know who has lost 40 pounds.
In that neighborhood.
We need to have Bob on to talk about healthy neighborhood.
I think he'd be a good candidate.
Okay, sounds good. Thanks for everything that you guys are doing to really talk about bringing health into our community through a resource that you all have, the best kept secret in town. We want to hear from you what you'd like to see on TV 48, but more importantly, what's going on in your neighborhood? What would you like to celebrate for 2012? Give us a holler at 664-6510. And as usual, it's a wonderful time to be in Norfolk just because of you.